Hi! Welcome to my balcony again. It's been a while that I really looked after and addressed the raised bed in my balcony and some of the containers on here as well. And yeah, you can see, or I can see a few problems here and there. I will show them to you in a bit. And maybe more importantly, I just came back from the garden center and I got some really exciting plants that I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna plant them, of course, as well. So join me. Generally, I'm very happy with the current look of my balcony. It looks luscious and green. It really filled up nicely. I mean, I can still see some gaps on this shelf back there, but otherwise, quite a lot of plants on my balcony are in bloom right now, so I'm happy with that. Maybe just some highlights here. Oh, this Clematis Viva Polonia. Look at these enormous blooms, and so many of them. Another clematis that looks really exciting is this Clematis Pilu. Just such a big fan. And I've never grown a Pilu before, but it looks really happy in containers. And yeah, it looks a bit more fluffy than some of the other clematis varieties that I know. And also my rose Villeroux is blooming, so very nice light pink. And I've seen quite a few bees on this rose, so they like it as well, apparently. And also in this slightly sunnier corner, my other climbing rose this time, Purple Splash, is blooming. Isn't that an exciting look? This, I mean, the name really does it justice. So it's white, purple blooms, and pretty large here as well. They're also bee friendly, and I haven't yet had a chance to really train it. I think they aren't as bendable, these branches, so I can't really. I probably need to cut it, but there's so many buds up here, I don't really want to cut it yet. So I will wait for it to bloom, and then maybe I will train it a little bit more. But yeah, I wanted to show you some of the problems that I've had on my balcony. And probably the biggest problem is this flowering currant. I mean, it was blooming so beautifully, really stunning. Pink blooms, and the bees loved it as well. But now I think it's pretty much dead. I watered it sufficiently, I fertilized it as well, but maybe it just didn't like the spot, maybe because usually they like full sun locations, so it should be fine, but maybe it was really just too exposed to the wind and the sun at the same time, or there was just some infestation. I'm not really entirely sure, but this looks pretty dead to me, so I have to get this out. And it is pretty much one of the central areas of my balcony, really a focal point, so I need something nice there. I can't have a dead plant over there. Then just a few smaller things here and there that I need to look after. So I have this lavender plant, and somehow it mostly died, but then it's still partly alive. So yeah, I just need to trim away the dead plant here, but yeah, I will keep this part of the lavender because it's blooming, or it's about to bloom. Then also my tulips, yeah, I mean, they are spent, so I have to cut this off. Also the chess plant, it already produced some seeds that I spread across the raised bed. I need to cut these off as well. Then also, I mean, the same lavender, still a little bit of dieback on the side, so I will take care of this. Ooh, and then another big casualty is this spirea. Maybe there was some sort of fungus on the leaves, because I mean, I watered it sufficiently as well, and there is new growth here that looks pretty healthy, so it's not dead yet, but yeah, there's something wrong with it. And again, a pretty much a focal point of the balcony. Every time I look outside, I see this half-dead plant, which is not really a nice look to have. Oh, and I just noticed that the rosemary has some dieback here as well. I will take care of this as well in a bit. The sage really seems to like its spot, but maybe I have to prune it back a little bit. But I just love the structure of the leaves. It's like the plant lamb's ear, so quite fluffy and such an interesting texture and really bold, large leaves. My lavender here seems to be fine as well. My oregano I'm not happy with. I mean, it's doing okay, but somehow it flopped to the sides, and now I have this really exposed center in the middle, and it just doesn't look nice anymore. So I think I will replace this plant with some of the new plants that I've gotten as well. So I will take care of the this raised bed for now, and then also plant this pot with a new plant. Ooh, something exciting that I forgot to show you. My strawberry plant has got some strawberries. Ooh, look at this. Oh, with arms on it. Very nice. Excited to try these. But yeah, let's start cleaning up this mess. So this is everything that I got out from the raised bed and the containers. We have the flowering currant here that really is dead. Yeah, it's dead. Then the spirea that is still alive. I can ask my mother whether she wants it, but I don't think, yeah, she will. I got the oregano out as well, and I cut some of the plants as I mentioned. Another plant that I got out, but I will repot because I really like this plant, is this Eucharella. You can see it's pretty red, and I think it might be a little bit stressed because it's exposed to quite a lot of sun. I can show you what this Eucharella looks like when it doesn't get too much sun. This is the same Eucharella, can you believe it? So much more green, yellowish, chartreuse green with a red center. Yeah, so I think I prefer this look anyway. So I will get this Eucharella out of the sun in another pot and I think it will be very happy. Now let's go over to the focal point of my balcony, this largest container that I have in the corner of the balcony, which gets the most sun all day. And I decided to plant a fig tree there. This is a Ficus carica. Ficus carica. This is quite a common fig tree variety because this is self-pollinating, so you don't need another fig tree for it to produce figs. So yeah, a good one to have. It enjoys sun. It doesn't require that much water. I mean, especially at the beginning when it's still a relatively new tree, it requires, of course, water, but it's, I think, more in the medium water region. And underplanting this container, I already had these petunias night sky that I'm in love with, and I thought I would pair it with this salvia. I know that bees love these salvias, and I think the color just fits perfectly, the salvia and the petunia color. And the green of the leaves is a little bit darker, so I think there is at least some contrast here as well. I think that's going to be a great combination. Let's move over to the raised bed. It's a little bit difficult to see, but oh yes, this is a coral fuchsia. Isn't that a stunning plant? I mean, the leaves, look at this. It looks like it's glittery, and yeah, so it's like a green purple look with purple veining. Oh, I'm just such a big fan of this plant. I got 2 of them, and this is where the Euchorella used to be, and I think the fuchsia will be much happier over there. The other fuchsia, coral fuchsia, is right here on the other side. And I think it's good to have a little bit more of a darker foliage accent among a sea of green over here. Next to the coral fuchsia, I have this Malva Sylvestris, a wild malva, and the blooms remind me of the geranium blooms that I already have on my balcony, with the white petals with a red purple center. Let me show you. It's right here. I know they're not the same, but I think they're pretty similar, and I think it's great to have some repetition on the balcony as well, and it gives some vertical interest on my balcony as well. Let's look at the details of this plant. So it's in the rock collection. It's winter hardy. It prefers full sun, medium water. It blooms in from April to September. It grows up to 1 meter tall. Yeah, and as I mentioned, it's winter hardy. Excited to try this plant as well. Then I got 2 tomato plants. One tomato plant I'm gonna plant in a container. The other one I'm gonna plant in this raised bed. Those are Napoleon tomatoes. I don't think they will grow too tall. They prefer full sun, and they need to be watered regularly. Then something that I'm pretty excited about is this Crespidea globosa. In German it's called Trommelstöckchen, and I want to have this plant not only because of the vertical interest and because I like the color yellow, but because I like to have these as cut flowers. Especially you can cut them once and you can have them as dried cut flowers for a very long time. So that's a great plant to have as well. Let's look at the details here. They prefer a sunny to half shade location. They usually bloom from June to October. They grow up to 55 centimeters tall. And yeah, I moved around some of the sedums that I had because I think this one, for example, was lost in front of the rosemary because the structure was too similar in the color. So I moved this chartreuse green sedum in its location. Ooh, I just noticed that I forgot to cut off the top of this rosemary. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So now I'm gonna go about planting all my new plants on this balcony. Oh, I'm so happy how this turned out. Especially this flowering currant over here was a thorn in my eye. So having this now gone and this glorious fig tree in its place, I'm so happy with this. These architectural bold leaves, oh, fantastic. And then, yeah, with the purple under planting, I think it's gonna be great and the bees are gonna be happy. Fantastic. And then also the the raised bed looks much fresher now. I was able to trim back a few of the plants, plant new plants, but it doesn't look messier because of all the additional plants. I think it looks considerably better now. And we have some, yeah, purple accents and darker foliage accents over here, back there, and on the right hand side. So that's going to be great. And we also have differences in, yeah, we have some vertical interest over there, then some lower interest. So yeah, perfect mixture overall. Really happy with everything. I hope you enjoyed this slightly longer video of me today. There was a lot to do and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.